You want your head bolt to be a length of 50 mil. So every so often, just stop and check with your vernier calipers to see how long that is. So at the moment, so just clamp that on. Okay, so then you can check. Okay, so I need to take a little bit more off this. Okay, so once we have finished facing this both sides off, and I've measured my stock there, that's a length of 50 mil. Okay, the next step will be to grab our center drill bit, okay, and we will center drill both of those. And this is our center drill bit here. Okay, so it looks like that. That's the center drill bit. Okay, we're going to put that, so we've got our tailstock here. So firstly, I'll just remove this live center from our tailstock. Okay, that should just pop out once you've wound it all the way back. And we're going to put our chuck in. So you'll see that that should slot in once you wind it out about 20 mil. Okay, and we'll just load our center drill bit in, clamp that up nice and firmly. Okay, so at the back you'll see there's a couple of levers here. This lever here will tighten, okay, the whole chuck from being wound in and wound back. Okay, and this lever just here, okay, that locks our tailstock to the bed. Okay, so when we get it in place, we can just lock that there. So before we drill our center drill bit, so our center drill there, we just want to make sure that we have our tool post well and truly out of the way. We don't want any of this to interfere with the jaws on the chuck. So wind this all the way back, okay, and I'll move this over slightly. I'll just spin my chuck around to make sure that nothing's going to be interfering there, okay. Now we can slide our tailstock up, okay, I might have to move this over a bit. Okay, move the tailstock into place. I'm resting about 5 mil overhang, so 5 mil just in front of my head bolt. Lock the tailstock into place, okay, and there we go. Let's just now carefully wind. We don't need to take too much off. This is just a locating hole. And that's all. Okay. Remove that. When we place this our stock in the chuck, we want at least half of this. While I've got that, I want at least half of it in my chuck there. Okay. We're going to do the exact same to the other side, drilling that center drill. Okay. Nice and careful. Okay, don't go too deep. That's all we need. Now that we've drilled our center drilled holes, okay, we are going to measure the width for the head of our head bolt here. So the width what we need to measure down, okay, on this side is 22 mil. I'm just going to use a permanent marker here to make it a bit easier for you guys to see, but you can use a scriber for that. Okay, so 22 mil, make sure this is accurate. Okay, turn this on. So you can see that well. I'm going to take now my head bolt out, turn it around so that the head is going to be clamped up into the chuck. Okay, I want to leave a gap of about 5 to 10 mil between the outermost point of the jaws of my chuck and the point that I'm going to machine up to. Okay, so clamp that in place, just spin that just to make sure that's all in nice and plumb. Okay, happy with that now. Now from here, we need to make sure that our cutting bit, okay, is nice and square on because we need to machine a shoulder into this, okay, for our head bolt. So make sure to do that. I'll wind this up, okay, and just using the face, just get these two surfaces parallel to one another and then clamp my tool in place. Okay, now what we're going to do, a combination of, we will be using our auto feed, okay, so we're going to auto feed this through. Every pass that I do, I am going to stop and I'm going to use my vernier calipers just to measure and check how much we've taken off, okay. In here, auto feed. Once you get close to the line, we're going to switch the auto feed off and I'll just manually machine the last 2 to 3 mil. So I'm getting close, I'm going to switch my auto feed off and then manually get that into position. Okay? Obviously what we're going to do is take this down to 12 mil. But what I want you to do is every pass you do is get your vernier calipers out and just measure how much you've taken off. So you can calibrate, okay, our dial here to make sure that you are going to be accurate. Okay, so I'll set that back at 0. I'll turn the wheel, our dial, and go 2 mil. Maximum 2 mil each pass. Okay, so back in here, get my auto feed on. Pull that up. It's important to use a sharp tool bit. Be very careful not to run the bit into the chuck or any other part of the lathe. Again, switch this off, auto feed is off, and I'm just manually right up to that shoulder and then all the way back. So again, stopping with about 3 minutes to go, and then I'll manually walk that over right to that shoulder so I can nice sharp shoulder. Always stop. Using your vernier calipers and just measure. So you're keeping track. We're going to take this down to a diameter of 12 mil. Close to the 12 mil, stop more frequently and measure with your vernier calipers. So if you just reach around, so I can see here that I'm at about 14.2. So I need to take another, to get that down to 12 mil, another 2.2 mil. Okay, so I'm just taking a measurement here with my vernier calipers. I can see, all right, the measurement, that there is 12.75. Okay, so I need to take off, okay, 0.75 of a mil. Now this is where you need to be super accurate, okay? Because we're taking off such a small amount on our last pass when we machine this, we're only taking off 0.75 of a mil. Really make sure you're using your gauge here, okay? So holding the wheel and just slide this sleeve till that line in the center matches up with the 0 on our gauge. Now we're just going to wind that in, so that's 0.5 of a mil. We're going to go 0.75 here. Okay, make sure you haven't moved anything else off that. To a check. Okay, cool, that's 12 mil. So this is really important to get the diameter of your head bolt, okay, to 12 mil.